You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Sangar represent.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
How is life after the presidency?
But before the presidency, the same life, that's what you see. I live a different life. You know, when I was not president, this life, that's what I live, you know, with my family and
I have a lot of interest in the health sector, the educational sector, and the agriculture sector. Roads, connecting roads in this country.
We are calling international community to come to intervene for us because, like I just stated previously, we don't know who to trust.
Always make sure to turn on to our
Ria TV.
Ria TV, True FM.
Say Ria TV, True FM.
On Ria TV,
Into True FM, 96.1.
What's the meaning of the black barrier?
The black barrier is to tell Joseph Bakala, if you don't organize yourself in a grateful manner, we'll take your paper like
You might say what you want to say, but for us, we are here to make sure we build our country, that we are respected. We have donors that are coming because of the confidence.
Some news summary of 12. My name is Sangar represent.
Welcome to News and Analysis 30 minutes of news presentation about Liberia, Africa and our one world.
Presenting this newscast is proudly sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Liberia.
Well, folks, from the FM service of the Renaissance Communications Incorporated, what a pleasant way to welcome you to the Tuesday. And indeed, it is the first day of the 7th month, and the year remains 2025. On today's presentation of the program, my name is Sangar, driving you through. In our big stories we are following this afternoon, a Liberian educator has called on students in the country not to be complacent on their education. The Shiny Bright Vocational School has graduated over 120 students in various vocational disciplines. And the president of the Liberia Unique Driver Transport Union has from on some members of the Liberia National Police about the continued harassment of drivers in the traffic. These plus many more, including the actual voices of the newsmaker, commercials, as well as entertainment, are all anticipated on today's edition of the program Good Afternoon Liberia. It is a well-packaged 55-minute news magazine program that is brought to you by the radio department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. Again, this is Sangar on today's edition of the program Good Afternoon Liberia. We are taking this very short break to be right back to bring you the actual voices of the newsmaker. Please stay tuned with us. Indeed, welcome back to the program Good Afternoon Liberia. Like I said, it is your afternoon companion. It is on Truth FM 96.1. It comes your way every weekdays from Monday to Friday. It starts at about 12:05 to 1 p.m. My name is Sangar on top of today's edition of this program. Please stay tuned with us to our very first development this afternoon. The president of the Liberia Unique Driver Transport Union has from on some members of the Liberia National Police about the continued harassment on their driver, especially in the traffic. Speaking to our Wake Up Liberia microphone at his office in Pinsville, Prince Gibson, in his statement, pointed out that several issues that continue to harass drivers on the traffic, especially police officers assigned in red light. He at the same time from on some of officers assigned in red light from the Pinsville City Corporation about their action towards the commercial vehicles, a situation he described as serious harassment on the part of those officers assigned in the area.
Even DCC's officers in the street, our drivers are being issued tickets out of the law. So we all that these officers do the needful to make sure that those drivers are caught in violations, not for officers to link drivers to violations and issue tickets. See, that is not right. It is against the right of the drivers where we want to link him to a violation. We are condemning this act as much as we are condemning the actions of drivers, because our drivers will be here to you to all of the instructions that officers give you so that you can follow embarrassment. These are stipulations that we are engaging, and we want those officers who are in charge to make sure that they do the needful. We engage the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police as it relates to the form of manner that tickets have been issued. That was resolved. I think we spoke well and we all were satisfied. I told that the transport union was satisfied. But one issue that we raised has to do with the issue of the traffic management team, for which he said he's not aware of. But now we're telling these people are existing. They have their office. at the EAW junctions. Even of recent, there were licenses that drivers went to receive at the Liberia National Police headquarters, and they directed them back to the EAW junctions to obtain their license of ticket that had been issued to them. It is down to the knowledge of Transport Union's authority. It's confusing when you have too many institutions responsible to give tickets and too many institutions responsible to hold tickets to their possessions, and drivers confused as to where they are going to receive their ticket if they are paid for those tickets that have been issued, where they are going to receive their license. It is a serious embarrassment to the drivers. We just want to speak to the issue. So if the IG of the Liberia National Police will hear this message or this information, he need to speak to it. Do you see people who are not in the force on the street intimidating drivers? We have gone in the street to do assessment. I, for one, have gone on the scene where police arrest drivers, and when we understand and we notice that there are some police officers that are doing the right thing, and there are some that are just doing things to intimidate drivers. Take for example, you in the Rela Belt. Many times you see police officer allowing cars to park along the road to where you have cars not to be parked. The park police officer allowing cars to park there only to obtain $5 or $10 from that car driver. At the same time, other police officers are denying drivers from parking to those very areas. So it is not fun, and you get the drivers confused. You get units authority confused. Because many times when I pass by, you notice that officers will be there along with those cars out leading, and they compromise too many issues with drivers. And then at the end of the day, they decide to do some good work, professional work. The driver feels that they are still in the same business of compromising. So do you have a problem with the Prince City Corporation? I have been engaging them of recent, especially when it comes to the way in which they give tickets and the toll car. According to the vehicle and traffic laws, there are policies around the toll. Like when the car is being abandoned and the car is being caught in violations like improper parking, all of a sudden you will notice that the PCC officers will just arrest a car while in the queue, and the car maybe broke down, and the driver or rider is waiting to see how best he can get it started, and he comes and stops the driver and asks him to park the car or drive the car properly, pointing the driver on his violations. He just ordered that the car be towed, and these things are not fine. We try to make sure that the right thing be done as much as we want the drivers to do the right thing. PCC and other Liberia National Police and law enforcement officers, they are cognizant of the legal and traffic laws. They should do the right thing.
The voice of Prince Gesing, the president of the Liberia Unique Driver Transport Union, speaking with our reporter Josephus Betty. Many thanks to Josephus Betty for bringing us this excerpt. And now to this development, a Liberian educator has called on students in the country not to be complacent on their education, speaking to our microphone over the weekend when he served as motivational speaker during the turnover ceremony by the senior class of the Rasida Christian School system to the incoming senior at the dinner night held in the township of Johnsonville. Bartholomew Parker pointed out that if one will become successful, they should be focused-minded. He at the same time appreciated parents for their hard work in making sure that their children get quality education. Take a listen to Bartholomew Parker.
And that's why he said, how be Last year, happy to you are in business administration. You do job. You really know the kind of
The voice of a Liberian educator, Bartholomew Parker. He spoke recently when students of the Rasilia Christian School System held a dinner night there in Johnsonville. Also speaking at the occasion was the proprietor of the Rasilia Christian School System, Ranselawi, who lauded the parents for their hard work and vowed to sponsor students who started with the institution in 2018 to university. Take a listen to Ranselawi.